What is fashion? Fashion is a form of self-expression and autonomy at a particular period and place in a specific context of clothing, footwear, lifestyle, accessories, makeup, hairstyle, and body posture. The term implies a look defined by the fashion industry as that which is trending. And when we talk about fashion that's trending, right now everyone's talking about Paris Fashion Week 2023, specifically Doja Cat's gem look. Arguably, Doja Cat's Paris Fashion Week look took the top prize, especially after committing herself to an all-red look by Schiaparelli. But Doja Cat's look brings up a question. Why is runway fashion often so odd and made up of looks that seem to be a mishmash of fabrics and textures? In other words, why does runway fashion seem so unwearable?
Schiaparelli is this incredibly magical world where everything feels possible. The mission of this brand is really to inspire people. Schiaparelli is one of the most influential brands of the 20th century, and what I love about it is that it was really a house about ideas before a house about making beautiful clothes, pushing the boundaries of fashion, and doing things that felt interesting, not just beautiful. So after the sketching process is done, I go right into the computer. I open up the computer and I start to do these digital collage. And things happen on the computer screen that would never happen on the page. And I think it's the chemistry between the sketches and the collage that really have enriched the creative process so much.
While I can understand pushing the boundaries of fashion, art is not without context. Daniel may be able to explain his pieces as a sort of statement, something to inspire and showcase creative talent, which in the words of Twitter is perfectly fine. But art is also something to be revered and understood. That's what makes it so great. Amazing songs, movies, and paintings are all forms of art, but they don't hide behind the veil of being art in order to excuse themselves. They're able to stand on their own in order to explain why they're so good. Chanel and Dior are great examples. Their clothes look amazing and show off their artistic talent in a way that keeps the clothes wearable. Artistic talent is often used by designers in order to call the mishmash that they call clothes an acceptable piece of high society couture. It's just for high society, you're too lowbrow to understand it, are both crazy justifications that they feed people who call them out for their ridiculous clothing. When your clothes are so highbrow that none of the colors or textures match, you're pulling shit out of your ass. When your clothes are so highbrow that it's reduced itself to a black dress with the lion's head, you're pulling shit out of your ass. And when your clothes are an inflatable pool on a model, you are pulling shit out of your ass. But runway fashion isn't just about arguing whether or not your clothes are for the rich or poor, it's also about capitalism. Arguably something that still concerns and divides the socioeconomic classes. Runway fashion is for publicity, so all the creative journeys that they're claiming that they've been on could be true, but it could also be a marketing tactic to stir up the press, which arguably is working because no one can shut up about Doja Cat's 30,000 crystal look. Just like the moschino McDonald's look, Schiaparelli's dress and makeup for Doja were meant to stir up trouble, reporters, and YouTubers. People who would comment on the look in their little blogs or commentary videos. That brings more eyes to their brand and shows off their marketing schemes to the industry. Bad press is still press, you know? So why is runway fashion so odd? I feel like we may have strayed away from the question. We've established that there are two reasons so far: publicity and laziness. Laziness, by which I mean that these designers are doing whatever they want, slapping whatever they can on a paper, calling it a sketch, and making an outfit, with no care for color theory, textures, or fabric types. The last reason could be because designers can call it high fashion. High fashion is described as being the most luxurious and exclusive type of fashion. And that right there is why it's so odd and ugly. Because it's meant to be exclusive, and if it's just like every other Dior dress at Paris Fashion Week, then how can we distinguish it from middle-class clothing? The individuality that designers try to inject in their sketches doesn't work because it turns out clothes that are so original that they're ugly, because no sane person would mix these fabrics together. Or they create clothing that is objects on a model's body. fashion that no one understands except for the rich that pretend to, in order to be exclusive. So capitalism is really the answer to all of your problems and basically the root of all evil. But on a lighter note, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And please comment any questions you'd like answered in the comments. If I get enough, I just might make a follow-up video. Thanks, and have a mocktail cocktail Cosmo to end your night.